Today, we're getting into Mosh's singles career, which means we're also getting into the gimmick known as beaver cleavage. I like to get into her cleavage. That's what she said. That was totally awkward. Now, Mosh was originally a member of the Headbangers, who were originally known as the Spiders, and then the Flying Nuns, before they settled on the kilt-wearing Headbangers, who were like who were metalheads. And they held the tag team championships in 97 and 98 in WWE. But Thrasher, his partner, went down with a knee injury. So instead of just having Mosh take the time off too, they decided to package Mosh as a singles wrestler. And because Vince Russo was writing, he decided to give him a gimmick that was odd, weird. Okay, it was straight up bizarre. Known as beaver cleavage, and he came out with a woman around his own age, known as Mrs. Cleavage, who was supposedly his mother. Now, Beaver acted like a child, and Mrs. Cleavage treated him like a child. So when he'd spill milk on his lap, Mrs. Cleavage would clean it up with a napkin, and we'd get a close-up of Beaver, like bringing his eyebrows up and down, like he purposely did it. And they'd go through numerous sexual innuendos when talking to each other. Needless to say, this was not exactly a hit on WWE TV, a mother and son having a pseudo-sexual relationship. And it had a lot of backlash. I remember at the time thinking it was funny. So this went on for 3 weeks and one match where Beaver beat Christian and then was pulled. Now, Vince Russo has said that it got a lot of negative backlash in the back, and a lot of the people were in Vince McMahon's ear saying, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, this is bad character, we should pull it off the air. And Vince Russo was never talked to about where he's going with the character, what he's doing with the character. And he said that the character was just pulled. And he said he had a plan all along for the character, but since it was pulled, we'll never know his plan. Now that tells me he didn't have a plan, much like Donald Trump says, oh, I read the Bible, but I can't quote it, meaning he doesn't read the Bible. So after Beaver Cleavage was pulled, the next night he came out and went by the name of Chaz and completely trashed the Beaver Cleavage angle. It was a worked shoot and revealed that Mrs. Cleavage was his girlfriend, Maria Kamlos, and his name was now Chaz, which Mosh's real name is Chaz. And he wrestled as Chaz for a while before breaking up with his girlfriend, Marianne Kamlos, on TV. Well, then Marianne came out with a black eye and claiming that Chaz beat her up. So then, I'm saying so then a lot for some reason. Henceforth, I don't know why I just said henceforth. Anyway, Chaz then got beat up by a lot of wrestlers and got a lot of biased officiating against him for beating up his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was about to come out and arrest him with police officers when Thrasher returned, showing video evidence that Marianne, in fact, put makeup on herself to make it look like she was beat up, and Chaz did none of it. And so then Mosh and Thrasher were reunited and brought back to Headbangers to none of the success they had before. Was it a successful singles career? Not at all. But it did give us the Beaver Cleavage character that we all remember and love, because it was a man pretending to be a boy with a woman his same age pretending to be his mother, doing sexual innuendos toward each other, just because Vince Russo was weird as fuck and had a crush on his own mother. I mean, Michael Myers killed his sister because he had a crush on her. So that was Mosh's short-lived singles career in WWE. Join me later this week. I'm hoping to put it up Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, but who knows? I might sleep through Wednesday. Who knows? Who knows what will happen between now and then? When I will review Food Fight, a movie that lost more money than any other movie, and has been called the worst children's movie of all time, though I still believe that title belongs to Elf Day. See you then.